Greetings once again, Cubs. Yes, your not so favorite drunken werewolf, Prowler-at-Darkest-Moon. Today, I want to go see Dark Shadows. Very much the movie based on the soap opera, well, loosely based by the Gothic Trinity, Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, and Danny Elfman. I heard there was a lot of hate about this movie, and I would like to say I liked it. It may be a guilty pleasure movie, but I found it an enjoyable flick. The story, I probably wouldn't call it the best, but it kept me going. It's kind of, I can see it like there's like a whole lot of hate how somebody can turn a soap opera into a comedy. Let me remind everybody, they turned Battleship into an alien invasion movie. And that was more shit. But probably the one thing I have to disagree with Zid Maven, that she thinks their portrayal of vampires are bad. What about us? What about the werewolves? I'll get to that in just a bit. Pretty much the whole story about Collins, Barnabas Collins, from 1790 something to 1972. It's a very real basic fish out of water story. There was one film like that. Hold on. I gotta clean up the den. Here we go. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, 1943. It shows the Wolfman, Lon Chaney, being transported roughly 5 years into the future after he supposedly died. Probably something I will have, as I only call bullshit on, because everybody's seen that movie knows that he died of silver. I know we can regenerate from silver, but while it takes a day for a mortal to regenerate from a knife, it takes us a day to regenerate from silver. It's a bitch. But the whole thing about Barnabas and Angelique kept me going. It's definitely well, I can say this. I probably would call Johnny Depp's portrayal of Barnabas a bit clowny, but then again, I could probably see him in the World of Darkness movie that everybody's been speculating. He could pull off a Ventru if he can invest in more time in vampire lore. He does have the mind trick to dominate, but it's like well, lost my point. Oh yeah. Why all the hate? The original show, and I actually did try to watch the 90s show. It is Nights of Our Lives. Seriously. It's a movie not to be taken seriously. Like I say on this, there's at least, if there's any one aspect that I at least haven't heard anybody bitching about, it's the music. Because everybody knows, like, Natalie Elfman is pretty good with music. And I find it's very awesome. Alice Cooper. Cheers to you. Like I said, I can understand the Mavens' disappointment how Tim Burton portrays the vampires more as the trying to seduce the classic pointy ears, the tip canine fangs, no reflection, burns in sunlight. Really basic, but it worked. But Tim Burton, if you somehow stumble on this video and listen, practical effects are a lot more believable than CGI. And Maven, you thought your precious leeches were portrayed wrongly. At least he used practical effects for Barnabas the Leech. It's a mild complaint because everybody knows when you see CGI, you see CGI. But a day and age where everything has to be CGI, tone it down just a little bit. Unless your entire movie's going to be CGI, you don't need that much CGI. Especially for a werewolf. Speaking of the werewolf, there's one character that they try to portray as the everyday teenager of the 70s, Caroline. I'm not sure if this character is shoehorned in or not, but they shoehorn it as a werewolf, as a part of the Collins curse, that everybody would either die or become a monster. Barnabas being one, Angelique being her own thing, Danny and Vicky, or Victoria, able to see the dead, Caroline, one of us. But the only reason why I'm not it's a half complaint, because I can understand that fighting a witch or a magic user isn't gonna be hard, or is it gonna be easy? It's not hard either. And not to mention that I did like where Tim Burton was going, that not all werewolves are the Krynos. His is more the Galabro, with pretty much, as you can tell, a lot taller than your average human, but pretty much still recognizably human. Well, let me say this. If they were to do a little bit more homework or at least try to invest more into Caroline, other than the angsty teenager. I've actually did see some potential. First of all, being the Galliard, the bard, the doorkeeper. They somehow perfectly set that up, and another thing, that if you were to watch Guide to the Garrow Nation, she would also be a child of Gaia. Considering the group of hippies that Barnabas drank up, totally within reason. But overall, it's a decent movie. It's not that bad. I could still say it's not that good, because there were some parts that did slow down. Some of the jokes were fairly obvious, like for example, Barnabas saying that he's going to host the ball for the town, and his balls are always bouncing to the left and to the right. Really obvious. But we are in the this is just the start of summer. And making movies is a lot like playing sports. You are going to lose a game eventually, but if you work at it, work harder, you'll get better stuff. As for me, I gotta wait for Brave to see a decent werewolf flick. And for everybody else, not only from Tim Burton, but it expands on to Hunters, the Mad Scientists, and Prometheans, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, Frankenweenie, unofficially Paranorman. I did say unofficially. It still feels like Tim Burton to me. There are better movies coming. And if you just be patient, Cubs, your patience will be rewarded. And so, it's one of those ones, if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, don't. I went to see the half-price matinee. I still enjoyed it. And granted, that the day was the last half day for the theater close to my place, but it's not one of the ones you have to spend $10 for. Watch it during the day. Take a friend or two. You'll like it. And it's kind of, and my other complaint about the movie, other than everybody complaining about it being a comedy based off sitcom, is I can make this very believable. Until next time, I am Prowler-at-Darkest-Moon, and I like to say, nighty night, Cubs.